this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience is fruitful. Please feel free to visit our website to find out how you can join our growing family. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. Also, share so others may enjoy as well. And we hope you would consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. All right, let's start the show.
In a world filled with diversity, where radical faith and progressive believers come together, there's a place that's breaking all boundaries and embracing believers from all walks of life. Bullet and Flight Radio, where believers unite, boundaries break, and love triumphs.
We're in trances, going off to different places, different planets. Watch your aura pass me by, losing balance. What if we run out of time and second chances? Empty-handed, you like fast life, you like to drive, get down.
Grand Rising, beautiful people. What is going on? I hope you have an amazing Thursday. Thank you guys. You like the new robe? Got new robes in. Yes, this one's white. I like it. It's giving I don't know what's giving. It's giving angelic. It's giving ready for church. Yes. All right. How you guys doing on today? What's going on, Michaela? Thank you for joining. Appreciate you, Queen. Yes. Thank you guys for joining in. Make sure that you guys go ahead and send in or not send in, hit that like button, share and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It does help the algorithm. I don't have any new products for you guys today because I'm still testing out the ones that I currently got. But I will say, camera looks silver, even though I may have seen the white part. Oh yeah, it does kind of look silver. It's a little shimmery, so it's more satin. I should have gotten I should have put another light here so that way you guys could see it a little better. But yeah, it does look a little silvery, but I can assure you that it's white. Hey cupcakes, Rice Krispie treat is what it's given. You are a dang old mess. A mess. But yes, I will say that as far as new product alerts are concerned, the newest product that I've been testing out is Bliss or Glow Rush by Bliss. And it's their vitamin C luminous daily moisturizer. I will say that I've been enjoying this one. It does give an extra kick of vitamin C. I do feel my skin brighter in addition to using the serums and stuff like that. So if I'm using a serum that I'm not liking or whatever, I do think that this is a good alternative if you want to add some vitamin C into your or a little more vitamin C into your skincare regimen. And this little cutie right here, this little thing right here, this little mister, I like it. It does hydrate. At first I was like, is this really doing anything? But I tested it out one day. I think it was right before bed the other night, and I didn't put anything on my skin, and I waited till my skin got really, really dry. And I felt it after using it, and it does work. So it does hydrate. So I gotta put this in there, but it's basically I just put distilled water in the top or whatever, how it comes in. You put it in the reservoir. This is how it comes. Oops, I dropped some in the thing. You put it in the reservoir. Let me wipe that down before it messes up my laptop. Okay, there we go. But yeah, you put it in the reservoir and then press the button. It's super simple. That's it. Anywho, but I like it. It's cool. But to make sure that I speed things up, I have already put on my fat water toner. I need to get some more. It's already running low. But this lasts me a couple of months, so and it's the big one. So yeah. Anywho, let's get into some things, y'all. Let's see what is the daily here. Oh, wait, that's why I was like, let's put on some jammies. Yes. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into what we're meditating on. I saw this the other day from Dr. Dante Morris, my big brother from another mother, just full of wisdom. And he he posted this, and I just fell in. I loved it. I thought it was really, really, really genius, and it was just really, really on time. It says, "Don't allow people who don't believe in you cause you to not believe in yourself." And I think a lot of times we get caught up into, and it made me think about, like, Beyonce, which we're going to talk about today, about a lot of different people, even Latavia. And I want to go on record to say that I was a little wrong about Latavia. I did go finish watching the video, or watching the interview with Carlos King, and she's gone through a lot. She really has gone through a lot, and she has overcome a lot. So kudos to her. And she went through a lot of ridicule. You with public, and being in the public eye, and her getting kicked out of Destiny's Child. I'm going in with the niacinamide serum right now from Binky List, and just just going through a lot, being a part of, but she is a part of history. She is a part of one of the biggest and legendary at this point girl groups in history. So that's something to be spoken for, and to this day, the album that she was on, that she co-wrote on as well, is their biggest album, Writings on the Wall, and top selling album. I'm going in with Vitamin C 23 by Coors RX, and I think that, like, I was a little wrong about her, so I apologize, Latavia. I apologize. I apologize for going in on you like I did. I did not mean to. I didn't really go in on her. I just felt like, I just didn't understand why. And again, I had already prefaced my commentary based off of, not seeing her, or not seeing the whole video, because I had, just came in, or I had, had stopped watching to go on to do a live. So I didn't finish everything. Okay, I'm going in with some hyaluronic acid. So yeah, that's what I, keep tunnel vision, keep your eyes on the prize, because you're gonna go through bumps and roads in the road, but the road is still not over, right? You still have to go down that road. So keep that tunnel vision. Don't allow negativity from even yourself to get in there. So and don't allow people who don't believe in you cause you to not believe in yourself. That's a word. Shout out to you, Dr. Morrison, Dr. Dante. Yes. All right, let's get into some story time, you guys. First up is Beyonce. And Beyonce, very rarely does she speak to the public, especially on social media. Very rarely does she engage or respond or do anything that has to do with anything with social media, because of the fact that you'll see pictures or things of that nature. That's how she handles social media, but she doesn't really address the beehive too much, unless she's at a concert or whatever the situation is. But virtually, she doesn't really address or say anything. Is this out? Oh, okay. Get the last bit of it. This is expensive, child. I'm going in with Flash Snap by Fenty Skin. It's the eye cream. But yeah, so very rarely does she do that. But she wanted to celebrate her accomplishments, as she should, because she has worked hard. Her, Blue Ivy, the whole team, the whole Parkwood, everybody should be extremely proud of what they have accomplished. And I want to read to you what she posted on social media. She said, "I am so deeply thankful to AMC and every team member who worked so hard on this film. I just can't thank all of you enough for your support. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Because of the short turnaround time, I practically slept in the edit, color, and mix sessions. The race against time continued in order to get this film out so quickly, but it was so worth all the grind. I am overwhelmed by the outpouring of love from my hive, and wow, I am so touched and encouraged by the incredible reviews. I love seeing everyone all dressed up in their most opulent looks in the theaters. The mute challenge is still happening even in the theater. Y'all are cracking me up. Please keep that energy going. I can't wait to see what else y'all do. I also love seeing the positive takeaways from people who were not my fans or didn't yet know my story. The people who had no interest in seeing my shows, who have now gained a deeper understanding and respect for all it takes to be a Renaissance woman. I'm very proud that we launched the film on World AIDS Day in memory of my Uncle Johnny. I pray I continue to make something that lifts up all of y'all up the way you continue to lift me up. While I'm often critical and feel my art is never finished, the pendulum swings. I feel gratitude. We did it. We have the #1 movie in the country and 100 on Rotten Tomatoes. And it's because of you and your support. I humbly thank you. You better go ahead, Beyonce. Do your thing, girl. I'm proud of you. We're all proud of you. We're all rooting for you. You continue to root for you, girl. We love you, Queen. Thank you for doing all that you're doing for the culture, all that you're doing just for yourself and keeping that tunnel vision, girl. If anybody has said anything consistently about who she is, it's that. Hey, Sean, what's up, Queen? If anybody has said anything consistently about her, is that she is a grinder. She grinds and she works hard. Her work ethic is almost second to none. So, congratulations to her. All right. Unfortunately, we have to go and get into some conversations. Let's talk about. And I'm going in with my Glow Rush. Oops, I'm going with my Glow Rush by Bliss. Jonathan Majors is in trial right now. Just recently, or yesterday rather, they started taking testimony from her, Grace Jabari. Now, I know people are like, "Oh, well, you should always believe the victim," and blah blah and all. Okay, that's fine. This is what court is about. Everybody is entitled to due process. So that is the law. Everybody's entitled to due process. My issue is that this feels, when we look at the actual facts of everything, and I'm not talking about what the media is presenting. I'm not talking about what what is being presented by her and her team and the prosecution and stuff like that. When we look at the bare facts of everything, it was made public, or that Jonathan Majors said something along the lines of, and I don't want to go into full detail on this because we're going to really go into a deep dive tonight on The Unusual Mavericks with just Dominic and myself. But when we get into the nitty gritty, when people are talking about like, well, he said that he wanted her to be like Michelle Obama and Coretta Scott King, that he's a great man and he has to do it. I don't think people really realize, and I thought about it, I processed this because I was like, why is this news? And why are people getting annoyed with him that she said this, or that he said this allegedly? Well, no, he said it. My issue with this is that I don't think people really understand the pressures of a Black man, especially the pressures of a Black man that has ascended and that has really, and I'm talking about societal pressures from society everywhere and also within the community. When you are in a space where you are told that you have to, protect your home, follow the law, stay alive, right, and all of these different things, it causes pressure for you. I'm not saying that's an excuse to go crazy and act a plum fool. I'm not saying that because if I highly doubt. But let's be fair. If, abuse was happening to her, then, we want to be mindful of that. And we want to make sure that we're being fair. But my issue, I'm going with the Black Girl sunscreen, SPF 30. But at the end of the day, when we're talking about, because I know everybody who is of melanin understood what that whole thing about you need to be like more like Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama. I knew exactly what that meant. That means you don't need to be acting a plum fool in public for paparazzi to see and for me to have more stuff like everything that's happening now was what was neat, what was is what he was trying to avoid. Because at the end of the day, Jonathan Majors was a fire rocket, like going into, he was on fire with his career. He was becoming, he was gonna, I think he was gonna be bigger than Michael B. Jordan, in my opinion, because he's a great actor. They're both really good actors, but I'm saying that there was Jonathan Majors' portrayal in Lovecraft Country was stellar. And if you haven't seen Lovecraft Country, I implore you to go see it. It is a phenomenal show, and I could watch that show 4,000 times. They had some phenomenal breakout stars in that show. Okay, so I just feel like there is and this is starting really to look like. This is really starting to look like what our ancestors were going through, because we have white girl tears. We have white girl tears. I'm sorry, I mean, it's like, is it possible? I'm not saying that he's innocent. Is it possible? Because it's not for me to determine. It's for the jury and the judge to determine all of that. This is why you get your day in court, right? But is it possible that he probably got loud with her? Yeah, probably. Is it possible that he was telling her, like, look, girl, you got to get this stuff together. You can't be like snatching my phone. You can't be, anytime somebody look. We're all looking at Jonathan Majors, okay? Everybody la-da-da-da. And if you're not, you're probably lying. When he came out with them damn shirts and the damn for the damn Valentine's Day, and he had them petals and flowers and stuff like that, hell yeah. I was looking at him. You gonna get mad at me, Grace? What is wrong with you? What are you going through? And this is how I know. This is how I feel in my shots. I shined right behind my Kidney Plus Supreme. Why I feel like she is lying. Because this is what always happens with one of these girls. They always sit there and they go and when something happens or whatever, they go and try to find the next damn people around them, like the next. And if you guys have been following the case, you would have seen some of the videos that people have been posting about the situation. She ran and got these damn strangers and then went to the damn club with them. You don't even know them, but your hand was broken. You were all in shock. They're talking about they got video of you chasing him, but he's the one on trial. Then you send an apology text to him saying, "I'm sorry for all this. I can go and tell him that, tell him something different." And now you understand saying that you were in an abusive relationship, girl. Get away from me. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. I'm going in with this face oil by it's called Orchid by Herbivore. Get out of my face, girl. I'm sick of you. All we can do is pray for Jonathan Majors. I think the prosecution is still on trial this week or still presenting. I don't know, or maybe I believe the defense is going into cross-examination today. I can't remember, but I know I'm waiting for the defense to get to their part when they say, okay, open the doors, girl, it's my turn. Kicking the door, waving the 4-4. That's what I'm waiting for. Sean says it's always something when we get to the top. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's always something, and I don't know what it was. I don't know what it is, Sean. I'm gonna be very honest with you, Sean. Can I be real with y'all for a second? I feel in my Shata Shondo, I feel he pissed somebody off. Because the way this happened, the way that he pissed somebody off, like an exec, or he didn't give somebody what they wanted. quid pro quo. You know what I'm saying? Like, like he didn't do something for someone, and now it's like this whole media talk, because the way they came after him without any information, without any questioning, without the way they dropped him, Sean, I'm telling you, something didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense to me. It was very weird. Very, very weird. But that's that. Let's go ahead and move on to the last story of the day. Sean P. Diddy Combs. Like, this is exhausting. This is very exhausting. Let's go ahead and read the Rolling Stones article that came out, okay? Sean Combs, his longtime lieutenant Harv Pierre, and a third unidentified man allegedly gang raped. We can't say the other word, so we say grape. Gang raped a 17-year-old girl inside Combs' recording studio in Manhattan in 2003. After this is all alleged. Okay? After the high school student was trafficked across state lines and plied with a copious amounts of drugs and alcohol, an explosive new lawsuit filed Wednesday alleges. Right, another example. Well, I don't know about this one. This one, Sean, this one is different. We'll get into it. The new Jane Doe plaintiff, the fourth woman to accuse Combs of essaying in the last 3 weeks, alleges she was out with a friend at a lounge in the Detroit area 2 decades ago, when Pierre singled her out, complimented her appearance, and insisted he was best friends with Combs. Pierre purportedly told the teen that Combs would love to meet her and called Combs on his phone so the music mogul could personally invite her on an impromptu trip to New York aboard a private jet. Now, Sean P. Diddy Combs has came out with a response. Okay, he did a little iOS press release on Instagram and the likes. And he said, enough is enough. He's had enough, y'all. He said, for the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Sean Diddy Combs. Diddy, who runs the city. I believe you're lying, Sean. I do. It is in my personal opinion, in my humble commentary, that I believe that you are lying. I think you did this. I do. I think you had everything to do with this. I do. I think you are the problem. Nobody else has come out to help you, girl. What's going on with that? What's going on with your friends? What about your friends? Shout out to TLC. Will they stand their ground? Will they let you down? Are they going to be around? We don't know. But I haven't seen them. And I don't put it past any of them bad boys. Some don't sound right. One, maybe. Two, we are on 4, girl. We are on 4. Michaela says, no, and just like the rapper Shine, he's sick of them all, sick of all these other front that he has alternate in their backs on them, alternate because he didn't do nothing for him. I'm waiting to see what Mary J. Blige. She ain't gonna say nothing. She ain't gonna say nothing. What Mary J. Blige has to say, that she's been mighty silent, and there's a few allegations if your room is going out there. Sean says they let this stuff build up on him after Mr. Kelly child. Please, well, that's well. But the real question, let's talk about R. Kelly, shall we? Let's talk about him. Mother Kelly had people who saw what was going on with them. There were people around him, because my issue is not just if you allow someone to wreak havoc, if you allow someone, it's the people around you too, because they were enablers. They were enablers. If you see somebody constantly doing something wrong, they just make it a habit. You see, this ain't a habit, honey. This is a part of who you are. You liked touching little girls. You liked sleeping with, and this is not even alleged. This is what you were convicted of, R. Kelly. This is why you're in jail now. So I cannot see you being in the limelight, Diddy, and people around you didn't see what was going on. There was people around you, like, what was the reasoning for what do you call it? Your security people to say anything? I don't see a reason. Did they ask for some money, for hush money? That's all I'm saying. Something's weird. You were around, you just as guilty. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Sean. You were around them when you were up to that mess. You were at the parties, watching the doors. You saw him take them in the other room, take them girls or whoever into them other rooms. You probably were in the room making sure that he wasn't hurt. And then it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that Harv Pierre was the one that called, Sean, and was like, "Hey, you got to meet this girl." And by the time the girl came to you, you didn't even check to see if the girl was underage or not. And if you did, shame on you, because you let him come in there. You let the girl come in there anyway. You know what this was about. I don't put it past none of y'all. Now everybody else is quiet. Now you got some certain bishops quiet. Certain people that were around him quiet. Y'all knew what was up, and y'all let it happen. Y'all let it happen. You let these people get tortured. You allowed these people to suffer in silence when you knew it was wrong. This ain't the medieval times. We're a civilized society for the most part. We have rules, law, and we have a moral compass, or should have. And you're allowing people to go and just let these girls get plowed? Underage girls? What if it was your daughter or son? This is all alleged. We don't know what's really going on. I'm just giving my comments and my opinion and my commentary. Just want to say that for legal purposes. But this is sick. This is ridiculous. Because all I'm saying is that if it was me and somebody told me that gave all the allegations that Cassie gave, we ain't settling nothing. We ain't settling nothing, girl. Especially if I didn't do it. We ain't settling nothing. We need to have a conversation. Show me proof. What you got? Show me proof. Here's the thing. Why did he settle with Cassie if things weren't true? That opened up the door in my eyes. Well, I agree with that, Michaela, but I also think that one of the reasons why they settled so quickly, I don't know why they settled within 24 hours. That was crazy. And they said she had proof. Yes, that's what they said. But we'll never know now because it's under seal. She probably signed an NDA, all the stuff, whatever. She got her money. But what some legal experts have been saying, and legal commentators have been saying, is that Cassie and her team were very smart. They didn't just name Sean. They didn't just name P. Diddy in the situation. If it was just P. Diddy, it probably would have took a couple of days, maybe, to settle. He would have settled, but it probably would have took a little longer. But he named Sean Bad Boy Entertainment, all his businesses. So it kind of really left Sean, up against the grain. It was like, look, all the CEOs, all the board members, the investors, they were like, you got to settle this now. Because this is messing with the money. You're messing with the money. I wouldn't have settled that dang on fast for optics. But that ain't my business. My issue is why are these other girls coming out saying that they have proof? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. This is very sad. Very sad. Very strange times that we live in. Very strange times that we live in. But one more thing before I go. I didn't put a flyer up for this or whatever. You know what? Why now? It's because they now see that he's at a weakened state and they're not afraid. Yeah. I mean, if there was ever a time to strike, it would be now. For real. Because Cassie did break that wall, that barrier. But I want to say one more thing before we go. I watched The View. The View is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, daytime talk show, and has been for quite some time. I'm watching it since probably since Rosie O'Donnell, even before that. I want to say this. I have a problem when Sunny Hostin is trying to say something that goes against the grain, that goes against the popular opinion, and that is in sometimes speaking the truth. And I want to be careful in what I'm about to say, and what she feels her truth is, and or what she's there for, which is to be a legal, a legal analyst and commentator as well. It frustrates me, and I've watched this several times. I even did a TikTok on this one time, but it frustrates me that every time that she is trying to make a point, she gets interrupted. She gets, almost silenced. But when somebody else is, making a point, and I've seen it, and yesterday was a perfect example where she was making a point, Alyssa interrupted. Oh no, sorry, Alyssa was making a point, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Out of a lot of the Republican commentators, and that has sat in that seat, she's probably the most enjoyable one that I've seen. I don't agree with her politically, but I don't dislike her. Meghan McCain was trash. I couldn't stand her. What's her name? Elizabeth Hasselbeck, kick rocks. Okay. But when it came to Alyssa, I can tolerate her. She I don't agree with her politically at times, but she represents. She's not an a-hole when it comes to how she represents stuff, right? Or what she speaks about. But what I get frustrated with her and also even the entire panel. And it almost feels like Whoopi is at like a standstill, like her arms, her hands are tied. I see Joy. I see, what's her name? The blonde one, the independent. Why am I forgetting her name? But I see her, and I see Alyssa having their own, like getting able to spit out their talks and, you know, their points or whatever. And then when Sunny, thank you Keats. Hey, what's going on, Keats? Sarah. When Sarah, Alyssa, or Joy, and Joy tries to, you know, bombard the conversation all the time, but when Sarah, Alyssa, or Joy say their point or whatever, especially when it comes to what's going on in the Middle East, they don't get interrupted. And I watch Sunny, and when they're talking and they're first making their points or whatever, she doesn't say anything. But anytime that she goes in and she tries to say her point, it's immediate, like, let's attack Sunny. You know what I'm saying? It's really frustrating. And I don't understand. And I see sometimes, like Sarah, like yesterday, you know, Alyssa, you know, had interrupted her. They had interrupted her where she was like, you know, if I can finish my point, you know, Sunny was like, if I can finish my point, I'll be able to, you know. And it's just really frustrating. It's just like, girl, you guys don't understand a lot of the stuff that's coming from the Black perspective. And I feel like oftentimes Sunny is trying to express those things because she sees the comments, she engages with her audience, she is talking to her constituents, she's having conversations, she's keeping her pulse on Black culture and Black popular news, right? And Black interests. And it frustrates me that sometimes that goes unheard. And I want to say this, and I don't mean this in any controversial way, but Black people have been silenced for a long time. Black people deal with a lot for a long time. They don't want to understand a position. Hey, Major, yes, and exactly, they don't. And in them not wanting to understand her position, it turns around and feels like they don't want to understand our position. And that's really frustrating. I don't know, y'all. I'm. These are very interesting times. These are very interesting times. I don't want to get into a who's, you know, more oppressed than, you know, than the other. Like I don't think that's a positive or productive conversation. But what I will say is, don't talk to somebody about their culture and how they have, you know, about their oppression, like they don't understand it. Like we haven't been silenced or oppressed for, I don't know, since we've been here. Like this country hasn't been built on our ancestors' backs. That's all I'm saying. Anywho, it's time to go. I love you guys. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to hit up that like button, share, and subscribe. It does help the algorithm. And yeah, check out all of the other amazing content that is here on Pyro Media Network. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you guys, and I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, create a great day. Peace.
What if we run out of time and second chances, empty-handed? I wonder, would you love me better if I go? I'm not home. I wanna know, can we trust this that's about to let us know? I'd go.